little better mood now that you've finally brought Joseph White to the proper place?
Hey, we told you we would. Did you doubt us or what?
Well, I didn't want any trouble between us. And just trying to do my job. Y'all can understand.
I didn't want any trouble either till you came into a hospital strapped like you were going to war.
I mean, you may not have worked for the council. I don't know if you know the nature of these things, but we are trying to do damage control, and we need to take care of these little incidents for when the veil gets itself back in place.
Well, what my friend's trying to say here is that we're happy to help. Dr. Eisenrust.
Hey, that's not what I'm trying to say, but go ahead.
Regardless of what he's trying to say, I'm trying to say, Dr. Eisenrust, we've only just met.
I just see you like pushing him by his face over, like.
I'm not with these guys.
I know, man. I'm just trying to talk to him, okay? What's I said, right?
Dr. Rust, it seems like you have a grasp on the order of things here.
I'm starting to get it, I think.
I turn around and just walk around behind him over to Mr. Night-Eye.
All right, lady and gentlemen.
Lady and gentlemen.
This is Commander Night-Eye. It's like, all right, yeah, no trouble. We're all on the same side here. Mr. White, they're gonna take good care of you. They'll see that you're taken care of. They just, they need to ask some questions and do some kind of orientation. But no harm, no foul. You'll be just fine. So Celeste and Larry were like, now if there won't be anything else, I guess we'll be going.
Hey, they're Inquisitors. Just make sure he comes back in one piece. If he doesn't, make sure he comes back in one piece.
Well, you have my word as an Inquisitor of the Council that he will not be harmed.
And you know what? I'm going to trust you on that.
Very well. We'll be going, y'all. So she takes Joseph and Larry, her and Larry leave and they go down to some other part of the council headquarters, and you see that they actually have an entourage of the little wooden people that go with them. Like there's a couple of them that have tower shields, and there's some other ones that are
wooden tower shields.
Yeah, something like that.
Wood people with wood shields and wood.
Yeah.
Probably just take them all out one good firebomb.
One good.
Hey, Mr. Night-Eye, what's with all the little gremlins you got running around here?
Well, you know those people that
They
used
couldn't
to
afford an army like me.
Yeah.
the DSI, whatever, the inspectors.
I think anybody could afford an army like you, Mr. One Bill.
I don't think so.
The inspectors, they discovered that there was some dueling wizards, and they found out that they were using these wooden people, and it turns out that one of the wizards was actually, after further investigation, it turns out that some of the wizards were actually building these small wooden humanoids as a plot to overthrow the council. But one of the inspectors suggested that they work for the council, and them being mechanical creatures in nature tend to be very good at following the law to its letter. So the council rather liked that, so now they work with the Inquisitors. They're kind of like enforcers.
All good and well until they don't follow orders.
And did they build the tank out there too?
Oh yeah, those things, they know how to build wooden tanks, wooden planes, wooden helicopters. That's just the beginning. They're going to build a whole arsenal of wooden stuff.
Wood seems kind of like a interesting choice of materials to use for war machines.
Yeah, they like wood, and I guess coming from wizards, they have the enchantments or whatever to make it move the way it's supposed to and whatnot. I don't know. That's the council's business. I'm a little more traditional myself, but.
Hi, me too. Light my staff on fire. Hey!
I like you, Corby. You're a good one. In the meantime, there's business to be dealt with. We got attacks. More attacks, wouldn't you know? If it's not Morlocks, it's another thing, right?
How's the old Skyrender doing?
Skyrender. There's a local blue dragon, Skyrender, and he kind of thinks that he has dominion over this area. And with the veil broken, he's just
He kind of does.
all up in arms, and he wants to expand his territory and protect the territory he has. We'll have to deal with him later. Turns out that he actually had some members like on the city council, and some local business people that work for him in some of the towers on both sides of the veil. So we're trying to arrange diplomatic communications with him. But if that can't be done,
I bet it was those Inquisitors.
is that who you think it was?
Aye! They strike me as awkward people.
Yeah, very uncomfortable to be around. I agree.
Yes. In one brief moment, I agree as well.
You should have been there when they came storming in the hospital.
Can't imagine.
But we have attacks. Attacks and partially eaten corpses.
Aye.
Sounds fun.
You know that.
No, it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Now, you know that there's no Indian or Native American reservations in Dallas, but there is a sizable community of the people. Some of them have relatives with and descendants of the Caddo tribe, Caddo blood. Turns out all the people that were attacked and killed were descendants of the Caddo Indians. Looks like they were selective targets and not just at random.
So all those that were killed were descendants and had cattle blood, is what you're saying?
Yeah, somewhere down their lineage they were. Yeah.
Okay.
So the corpses were partially.
So many
Yeah, I know. The corpses were partially eaten and trampled to death. It looks like.
Are they still there for us to investigate ourselves?
We do have one down in the morgue. We got it chilled down with some magical frost, and we thought maybe you'd like to look at it.
I would.
Absolutely.
Does anybody have knowledge nature?
I do!
All right, fantastic. Maybe that'll help you out here.
Yeah, I got. What mine is it?
Knowledge nature.
Yeah, I'm good. I've got one skill rank in it, so.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you guys want to go check it out?
Absolutely, let's go down and check it out.
Okay.
I'll stand back and watch.
Okay. So he
Watch and learn, that big man.
Yeah.
he sends you to the morgue, and it's like there's like a basement or whatever, and it's rather dungeon-esque, but
I guess I would have kind of been your knees instead of your shoulders.
Yeah.
but sterile nonetheless, and there's a mortician or morgue guy or whatever, an elf down there in kind of a lab coat, and he's like, all right, I guess you're here to check out the bodies, right? I'll show you where they're at.
Yeah.
And he takes you, and there's a slab, like a stone slab or whatever, and there's this guy, and he's just like, it looks like completely trampled, like he's got holes punched in him, and is black and bruised, and it looks like he's partially eaten.
Good thing we have a doctor.
Definitely want to examine this corpse.
Okay,
Yeah.
feel free to have a look.
Usually I'm only any good if they're still alive.
I said you can do a knowledge nature check on it.
Well,
Not with that.
on this.
Yeah, let me take another look here.
Okay. Got a 12. There you go.
7. So 22.
It's because the table's too tall. I can't see the body.
22 knowledge nature. Okay, so you're looking over the body, and you look at the parts that look like they've been eaten and everything, and
I'm still trying to climb up.
and you can tell from where the bite marks and stuff are that it doesn't look like.
Can you see it better?
Your shoulders.
It doesn't look like typical predator, like the teeth marks of a typical predator. It looks like they were like blunt teeth.
So looking at it, was there any specific organ that was removed?
No, all the organs are still intact as far as we can tell.
Just mush.
Yeah. I mean, they're trampled and intact. No particular parts were missing.
Yeah. So these attacks, did y'all see that there was, maybe a specific spot that was attacked, or was it just they were just killed and mauled and stampeded?
Like in a specific area,
right?
Or,
yeah. Like was the neck always bitten? Was the side always bitten out?
No, just wherever.
Destroyed.
And you can look at some of the other bodies, and
Sure.
and there's other slabs, and you can see that it's just like one is just as random as the next one. There's no.
They were killed in cold blood.
I holler out to the mortician, like, "Hey, were all these bodies in the same place or what?"
No, they were all around the area, all around the a certain region just outside of, or just outside the city proper, a neighborhood. It looks like they
So
started.
they were all in one neighborhood?
Yeah, in the same area, not necessarily the same neighborhood, but around that area. And it seemed the area of attacks seems to be like spreading, like it started in one place and it's kind of
Going bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's right.
Can we tell when you examine these bodies whether there's any kind of like fluid left or any kind of ooze or
Ectoplasm.
No, I mean it looks like there's trace amounts of saliva in the bites as is typical, but
Sure.
that's about it.
The idea of
I'm going
investigating
to
more here, or-
bulk up and cast detect poison and see if there's poison in the body. Residual.
No poison.
What about detect magic?
No, there's no magic.
I don't have to
Detect trauma.
I'm detecting a lot of trauma.
The fighter goes up, detect trauma.
That's funny.
Okay, so
Big man, you stick to swinging the sword today.
I'll stick to doing the trauma. Yeah.
like, is there if there's nothing else, I think Commander Night I might have something else for you.
Okay, we'll go after see him. That's what you guys think would be a good idea.
Hey.
So you go back up to Commander Night Eye, and he's like, well, what did you find out? Anything useful?
Lots of trauma damage.
I found out that I am quite short and your tables are very tall.
What we could see was that these victims. Sorry, what I could see was that these victims were attacked and then trampled. We didn't detect any type of poison or evil, or we didn't actually detect evil, but no magic like that. And what we heard was that the attacks are spreading out. So I think it might be a rampant creature.
All right. Well, we just got some new information. It sounds like in that same area, the people have seen herds of large deer recently. For the most part, they seem mundane and just seem to be in the area. They're not the deer. Nobody's seen the deer attack anybody, but it is a little unusual since they weren't there before. Do y'all know about the great big forest, the Dallas forest?
Oh, Dallas Forest, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know it wasn't there before, but
Right.
with the veil broken, now there's a big forest outside Dallas. I mean,
Took over Jerry's world.
so that it's around that same area. It makes sense.
There's a large concentration of deer there now, right?
Yeah, a lot of deer, orange deer.
Killer deer sounds really bad.
I bet I could take one out.
You know what you could do?
Since
But you could ride one.
Hey! Ah!
due to the nature of the victims being all of the same heritage, we decided that we were going to bring in some mundane assistance. There's a Mr. Billy Bluecorn that I know, cliche, but that's what I do. Okay.
Who is he?
Really blue corn.
An old Native American folklorist. Cato, so maybe a possible victim if we don't do something about this soon.
Good point.
We can use him for bait.
I was thinking the same thing. We could just watch his house.
You know, watch his house.
Hey, they attack him, we'll know. I'm kidding. We'll talk to him.
All right, we'll go and talk to him, and and see what he knows. Maybe he knows something about